Mallory Jackson, and today I'm going to talk about symbolic interactionism. Communication creates the world around us. George Herbert Mead believed that our thoughts, self-concept, and our community are produced by symbolic interactions. Symbolic interactions are basically conversations. It's the cycle of communication in anticipation of how others will react. Our responses are based on the expectations we have of others. Mead understood the importance of talking to one another. After his death, his students came together to collect his ideas. They published Mind, Self, and Society in his name. Herbert Bloomer, a major supporter of Mead, coined the term symbolic interactionism. Bloomer listed meaning, language, and thinking as the three core principles of symbolic interactionism. This gave insight into self and society, both which are created through symbolic interactionism. The meaning that we assign to things hold a lot of weight. Humans act towards people or things based on the meaning that they assign to a person or an object. Our interpretations help us construct our social reality. They help us decide how to respond. When a person is faced with a stimulus, they interpret that stimulus and then they decide how to respond. Their interpretation has helped create meaning assigned to the stimuli and therefore how they should react to that assigned meaning. Bloomer believed that the second core of symbolic interactionism is language. Meaning comes from the social interactions we have with people. Meaning is developed through the language that we use when we interact with one another. Mead's original idea showed that symbolic meaning is an important feature of our society. Through interaction, we create symbols that help us identify our world. Symbols help us because they help us express meaning, value, and ideas of how we should feel and respond. We have knowledge about our society because we have named and given language to the people, objects, and situations we interact with. The conversations that we have help us create a language and a shared meaning. The third principle of symbolic interactionism is that our thought process can alter the interpretations of a symbol. Thinking is the conversation that we have in our head. It's the internal conversation that we have with ourselves, and it's called minding. The self-talk that we use helps us test alternatives, rehearse actions, and anticipate reactions before we respond. Mead contributed the idea that we think when we allow ourselves to take the role of the other. We role play in our mind and we pretend that we are the other person viewing us. This allows us to visualize how others might see us and how they might respond or react to us. The ideas of meaning, language, and thinking in connection to symbolic interactionism allow us to better understand Mead's concept of the self. Our interactions create us. Mead stated that we develop a mental self-image when we take the role of the other. This self is called the looking glass self. It's the me. The self is a mix of the I and the me. The I is subjective and unpredictable, while the me is objective. We do not know the I of ourselves. It's just spontaneous, but we are very knowledgeable about the me part of ourselves. Society and how it is designed is also created through our interactions. Mead saw society as a group of individuals who come together to form the systems that we all use. As our interactions make us, they also make our society. Our generalized other helps us create our society. Our generalized other comes from a combination of different social influences. The generalized other provides us with information that helps us know how to behave, how to evaluate behavior, and assign meaning to our performance. Mead stated that me is formed through symbolic interaction that takes place throughout our lives, and as we interact, we develop our generalized other, maintaining a mental dialogue that allows us to understand and develop the roles of our society. Symbolic interactionism has helped shape our past. It has helped shape individual selves, as well as our society. Our social interactions are best seen in the present. The way that we interact goes through a constant change. For example, technology has influenced the way that we communicate and the way that we assign meaning to things and the interactions that we have with other people. Because of this, the potential for symbolic interactionism is as great as the changes that we have yet to see. Thanks, y'all have a great holiday. Bye.